Hey everybody, Ryan from My Kid Cures Cancer here with Frank Cousineau of the Cancer Control Society. And Frank is a very well-versed man on alternative or integrative cancer clinics and also runs the Cancer Control Society. Could you tell everyone just a bit about the Cancer Control Society to start, I suppose?
Well, Ryan, thank you very much for the opportunity. And the Cancer Control Society is a nonprofit educational organization, 501c3 for people interested in the details. But the mission is to provide information, education on alternative therapies, integrative therapies, natural approaches for cancer and other degenerative diseases. So that part of it is fairly simple. Our flagship event is annual convention, Labor Day weekend. This year will be number 45.
Wow. Wow.
We have 3 days of live lectures. We've set aside a day following for professional discussions with audience participation. And then on Wednesday we do first of a couple tours of the Tijuana Cancer Clinics.
And is that, so is the conference here in San Diego where we are right now for the Best Answer for Cancer conference?
Good question. No, it's in the Los Angeles area.
Okay.
This year it'll be in Glendale, California, at the LA North Hilton Hotel in Glendale.
All right.
And again, Labor Day weekend,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then so you take a trip from there
down to San Diego, across the border, and visit 4 clinics in one day.
Wow.
And we'll spend about an hour and a half at each one. One of them will have lunch, and then the rest of them provide snacks. But it's an opportunity for people first to see that Tijuana is a safe place to visit. What are these clinics?
Yeah.
They actually get to see the clinics, meet some of the physicians, see the patients, and see if any of them resonate well enough to commit to go.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you look for in a good clinic that you would recommend and take people to see?
First of all, is it established? Is it a legitimate facility in terms of, does it have qualified medical personnel? Is it operating legally within the laws of Mexico? And is it a something that appears to be a viable option for cancer patients?
Yeah, yeah. And what are those 4 clinics in particular that you go to?
There are approximately 20 clinics in the greater Tijuana area.
Mm-hmm.
And we've, over the years, when I first started doing this back in 1984, there were only about 4 clinics there.
Yeah.
So it was easy to choose.
Yeah, yeah.
And since that time, the number of clinics has just grown. And to where now there's about 20. Some of them are single physicians operating on an outpatient basis. Some of them are big modern concrete glass hospitals. And again, I'll look for, is this a viable option would it be for me?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that I would go to every one, but as you probably found out too, cancer patients are different in different situations. Some people you have adult cancer patients, and of course, just in your case, we're seeing more and more families with children.
Yeah.
And you can't apply one solution to every patient type. And of course now it's become so complicated that many of the clinics, even in Tijuana, will not treat children. In fact, we're hard pressed to find a physician, a non-allopathic physician in the United States,
Yeah.
that will even see a child.
Yeah.
Because
it's tough.
they're scared to death to even do it. But there are some that will in Tijuana, and some of them have had significant success. Anywhere from 4 to 5, 6 years to 30.
Yeah.
With various kinds of cancer. The other thing is the environment, the clinical environment is it conducive to getting well and healing? And then we'll visit 4. For instance, on a given day, we may go to Stella Maris, Dr. Alvarez, outpatient, works primarily by himself. International Biocare, Dr. Rodriguez, has a mid-sized 22-bed hospital, 20 to 30 patient capacity on an outpatient basis, dining room, apartments, so everybody can stay right there. Dr. Rubio, who's really done a lot of things with autologous vaccines. In other words, dendritic cell vaccines from patients' blood, and he's even doing research in that field. Has a self-contained facility, so the patients have a place to stay. They have the kitchen, the dining room, everything's done right there. Oasis of Hope, the Contreras family that literally started this whole movement. Very nice hospital, and patients, companion, everybody gets to stay together, kitchen, dining room. Tony Menes, Hope for Cancer. So those are 4 that are greater Tijuana area. There's also Angeles Functional Oncology, Dr. Ariel Perez, very much on the Jeff Bland functional medicine as applied to cancer patients. We're now try at least a couple times a year get down to Santa V. Very, very, very beautiful former Levi Strauss home down the peninsula.
Oh yeah?
It's about 45 minutes south of Tijuana. Again, very, very beautiful setting right on the coast, but also very comprehensive protocols.
Yeah.
And we're always looking at some of the ones in between. There's a number of, in fact now there's 1, 2, 3, there's about 4 Gerson facilities. One that's strictly Gerson therapy that was really founded by Charlotte Gerson, Norman Fritz. And Charlotte's idea is she only wanted to do what her father did.
Yeah.
And we can understand that. The medical professionals that worked with her said, well, we'd like to add this and this,
yeah.
and we really believe that your father would have approved.
Yeah.
And she said, no, we're going to do this, and they said, okay, that's fine, but we're going to do all of that and these other elements. So the key is to find a facility where the patient and family are comfortable with the clinician, the doctor, the protocols, the therapies that are used, and then the clinical setting. Does it resonate? And ultimately, the decision is more intuitive than it is cold, hard statistical, because statistics may tell a story, but they have no heart and soul. And humans have that.
Anyone going through this journey knows a lot of it's in your gut. You just
yes, it is.
Go where it takes you.
Yes.
So anyone getting started researching, clinics and such, what would be a good place to start? I imagine maybe you have a directory of some sort.
We have the Cancer Control Society has a green sheet which lists doctors and clinics, U.S., Mexico, Germany, and even some resources in addition to that. I'll tell you another one I think has tremendous information is cancertutor.com.
Yeah, I saw. I was just on there the other day. It looked like they had a pretty good directory going.
And we communicate frequently. CancerControlSociety.com is our official website. Some of the limitations there is just the information. It's good. I don't think it's terribly attractive. But the information's good, and it just
tough to build an attractive website.
It's just that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And I co-authored a couple of special reports. The latest one on the Mexican clinics, the Amish Cancer Secret, and in that one we profiled 7 or 8 the clinics that are there. Give people an idea of that, oh wow, these are qualified physicians, these are protocols that have good science and history. And then the ones we didn't have time to profile, we have a section where we list what it is, who it is, contact information, websites. We did one actually for the United States, America's Best Cancer Doctors. And we profiled again, 7 or 8 physicians, clinics, so that people get an idea that, wow, there are qualified professionals utilizing reasonable, viable protocols for treating cancer and other diseases. Andy did one on the German cancer clinics, and because Germany also has a number of what I would call integrative cancer clinics. Yeah. Which brings up another thing. We hear the term alternative cancer clinics, alternative cancer protocols. Explain alternative generally is anything outside mainstream medicine. And other than perhaps maybe the Gerson therapy, which is very strict, it's food, juice, coffee, that I would classify as alternative. The overwhelming majority of the other clinics and practitioners really are integrative. Yeah. Because they're going to do some conventional protocols. Probably the most well-known now is fractionated chemotherapy with insulin potentiation.
IPT, yeah.
And very reasonable, very good science behind it. And again, it targets primarily cancer. Yeah.
Without all the side
with
effects.
Mitigating the direct negative consequences.
Best of both worlds.
Yes.
Yeah. What was what's the German clinic report you mentioned called? Do you remember that offhand? I'm trying to think of it myself. I know what you're talking about, but
now that I want to, I can't think of it.
We'll post it in the notes on this video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And those are all, they're available, downloadable ebooks. Yeah. Or print copy. And I know on the Mexican one, Amish Cancer Secret, and America's Best Cancer Doctors, most of that information is still pretty current. Yeah. The German needs a few revisions. The others need to be updated. And obviously there are a lot of good physician clinics outside of what these special reports encompass.
Good place to start, at least.
Introduces the topic and at least allows people a reasonable understanding that, okay, these are valid, legitimate options.
And I know you'd mentioned to me last night a couple clinics that were having some success with children. Would you be at liberty to say which ones those are on a public video, or is that something people might need to find their way to themselves?
Well, let me put it this way. They're the ones that I know have successfully treated, and one of them I'll mention is Dr. Alvarez at Stella Maris, and people can read on his website the one case in particular, but Dr. Alvarez could explain some of the others. And I know that Dr. Rodriguez has treated some and has some very unique protocols, particularly for brain cancers. Both of them have treated brain cancers. Oasis of Hope certainly has had some successful ones, but even now they're somewhat reluctant. Yeah. And most of the others are just reluctant to take on children. Yeah. It's a very sad state of affairs, but it is.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. Yeah, and you do the best you can with what you got.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that might be a good place to stop for now.
Okay, and want to invite everybody to the 45th Annual Cancer Control Society Convention, Labor Day weekend. Yeah. I think it's this year. I think it's September 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the Glendale Hotel and Hilton Hotel in Glendale, California, which is the Los Angeles area for people that not familiar with it, and it's only a few miles from the Hollywood Burbank Airport.
Yeah, and I would encourage everyone to go to the, if you're into trying to heal cancer any way you can, I would really encourage you to get to these conferences. I mean, we're here at the Best Answer for Cancer conference right now. I went to the Oncology Association of Naturopathic Practitioners conference a couple months back in Arizona, and my understanding of all the possibilities is just skyrocketed within the last couple months. Just seeing all these the cutting edge research all in one place. So
well, it gives you genuine hope.
Yeah.
And our side is always accused of false hope. But vis-a-vis that concept and that epithet against us is USA Today, yesterday, weekend edition, front page, talked about cancer patients being given false hope, and they profile a patient, and most people would never guess where he's a patient. MD Anderson Hospital in Houston. Yeah. The epitome of academic, conventional, allopathic oncology, and in USA Today, patient says that they gave me false hope. Wow. They gave my family false hope. It was extremely expensive and made me feel horrible. So you talk to any one of the doctors on our side, none of them are going to tell you guarantee. They're not going to promise you that they can reverse completely or alleviate, but they will give you an idea of what they'll do.
Yeah.
And they'll say, we will work with you.
Yep. Yeah, and that's all you can ask for. Yeah. Frank Cousineau, check out the Cancer Control Society, everybody. That's it for now.